you want to say something? No. Okay.
Let's just start reading.
Okay. Dislocation. The dead of night. Surging squalls of music, misheard words, urgent philosophical inquiries. A candle put out for the explorer goes to grieve. Sudden tunnel of wind in my ear, a miscarriage. Oh, the plangent stickinesses waiting to be born. And humbled, savage, creep towards the rosy open air lighting up each tap. Dream, 3rd of the 2nd. Walking over a frozen sea with a fast, athletic woman. She sets across it, crushing the ice under her feet. A blue-green glaze unshifted by the sun that sparkles off its rocky body. I become exhilarated when I realise what we are doing. I look back to see the tide following us. For the sea has not abated, merely partially surrendered, and the living half is all the more ferocious for our trespass across its dumb slopes. Each time I look, the sea is raw, a terrifying liquid scythe grinning at my ear and ever closer. Eventually it crashes over us, and although I am scared, nothing bad happens. But my limbs are heavy and I cannot swim fast enough. Come on, she says. Her hair is wet, short, dark. She wears a black swimsuit and a small silver earring. Now surrounded by thick water, we start to swim towards the moving sea on the horizon. I pray we won't hit ice.
To revolve in darkness. To drink a few drops of rain and hope they contain some sun. To ever leave and never return, being addicted to the city in sudden suspicious ways. Become eaten by buildings, the city's snack, and their ocean of sanity. Or two. The city knows me. His dark, cold arms wrap around me when I'm walking home, walking, counting the steps, running. He greets me like an old boyfriend that knows that I always return, even though he could be my father's father. My city, every ugly, dirty city that has been mine, everyone a capital. I forget the small ones. So many years of my life, always walking home. Looking up at the buildings, bending down, feeling their breath on my cheeks. A wind blows into my mouth. The city's smell fills my lungs. Slowly, it leaks in.
Home. Late August. The fading sun drugs veins, speeding sustenance into capillaried memory. Any afternoon, any sunshine, any honeyed hour spent alone. I sift through my recent reading, recast spinning beads of syntax, the fripperies of image-making, with psychic shadows that flee my attempts to contain them in language. To build altars to the lapwing spirits I call home. Dream, 30th of the 1st. A beach in Brighton on New Year's Eve. A bar. I'm not drinking, I'm working. Mike H., a friend. I go outside to see the party. The fire alarm goes off and a woman trying to get out of the building is shoved towards it by a police officer. I report him to a fellow officer who didn't see the incident, but it doesn't seem to make any difference. I have déjà vu. I knew the alarm was going to go off. Some butch women take a running jump up the stairs through a frame you have to squeeze through to get to security. Outside, Ben Hardy. And lots of women with brightly coloured hair, Kitty and her girlfriend, friends with a baby, Kirsty and Heather, Alice. I see them all as I walk away to leave. Everyone who wants to wait somewhere indoors, it's cold now and dark and midnight has passed, is told they can't go inside the police station because the officer's parents are visiting. It will be at least an hour before shelter can be offered to the general public.
Red morning. The grid in the wall is in armour. At the top the paint is flaking off. I stand on a chair, look in. Something lives in there. Turn the switch and wait. In a whiz of voices, whitewashed insects, sprinkles of dust. To crawl between apartments, from hole to hole, from human to human. The same narrow throats, the same shattered chest. The insects move in their whitewashed cocoons. Soon they'll get out.
The hunger in my chest has a meaning. Exonerated, clodded, exiled. I write to reclaim happiness from the utter black drain, O enemy, I, thief of my solitude and black mirror disowned. Shrug a cabal of lifelessness kept hidden by the prosier emotions. I write to rid myself of these gods who persecute me, violent harlequins wearing my guise who've come too. Imprison you, my lover, clean tourmaline. The delicious line clothed in iron, suspended above the city, I walk daily and am now clinging on with fingertips. Should it be right that the lyric touch requires my own forsaking, mouth-making noise? Hurtling forward into the vortex of space, it is clear that potential is isolated, wretched and lying, wreathed in the prism of my own callous making. How will I claim you, but in the infinite fertility of my soil, my soul, my closing circle of breath? But I cannot endure the deficit round in which happy bankers blink mercilessly as stars, and how can it be certain that the deficit is not in me, when repeatedly dousing my face in water doesn't bind it to truth? O glue of my feelings, now tearing the scenery apart. How many countless hours wasted on pearls and rent, when the one thing worth having is priceless as a feeling, as graceless, sea-oriented and perpetually free? Well, tell me what the meaning of freedom is, agent of my redemption, colour-hewn eyes glittering from all angles with complete wisdom and suffering. The peace that is within you won't come to me through writing. Say it again, organ guilt. Toss it out over the water bubbling in threat of violence. Merely imagined posture of splitting apart, no miasma or ore worth saving unless it can be used. How to concretely act on a feeling instead of batting it away like an eyelash, stop-motion neon boy in action? Why only alchemically available to me in questions shrouded by artful hands? Diamonds of obscurity smashing into the future. Total happiness attained. Merely beginning it frightens me. Conscious of totality only from without its skin on the lucid hurting membranes. Let me back in, love. Sighs of a broken goddess, luminous in luxury, kneeling at your breast. Not knowing you have it is the context of possession, thus I issue its writ to an amnesiac future. Only by ignorance of bliss, the familiar features of a stranger precludes entry, or is this just a golden modernist gateway designed to shatter, expire? Perhaps there are as many paths to love as veins in my body, Venus Veneris, steer me clear of the depths.
Otherwise, while I was scared by the immensity of London, I think I might have had some faint doubts whether it was not rather ugly, crooked, narrow and dirty. This is Charles Dickens' Great Expectations. Rowing upstream, in a park, late for something, claustrophobic in a train full of commuters, in one of those red-manic buses, where there always is someone talking to themselves, a teenage mother that has forgot about her child, an Indian woman with no shoes on, and a Polish guy loudly speaking on his phone. Where I am at 5 a.m, commuting to my minimum wage job, commuting back, falling asleep, and then I see Hyde Park, and train rails, Denmark Hill, and so it goes, until I remember why I'm here again. And now, 2 poems from my collection. It has to be said it's about robots, in case anyone wonders. Robots. Epiphenomena. That which created us is like the light of darkened stars, the garbage the sea pushes out. The questions grow heavy, and we go wary of lifting them. Only the waste gets recycled in a city without sea nor stars. In several ways we feel that we don't move anymore. Maybe it's fluorine errors in the toothed wheels, capillary cramps because of assembly line sand. A sketch to an observation machine. Small dots of light travel up and down the lower arm. They change color at our wish. Clapping sounds like microscopic train catastrophes. When we need formatting, we take out the wires. Everything works, but the measuring instruments quiver. Maybe someone, we don't remember who, could have called it anxiety.
Thank you.